empowered have now been thrust into a cataclysmic chain of events leading to the destruction of Earth. It has been compromised, and otherworldly realms are aware of our planet's location. The 12 must traverse time, space, alien planets, new realities, and otherworldly realms to save all of creation. The Flux Continuum. www.flux-zodiac.com at flux_chaos. Flux. The gift of power ceremonial orbs have been activated, and man has acquired ancient power not meant for the earthly realm. Those empowered have now been thrust into a cataclysmic chain of events leading to the destruction of Earth. It has been compromised, and otherworldly realms are aware of our planet's location. The 12 must traverse time, space, alien planets, new realities, and otherworldly realms to save all of creation. The Flux Continuum. www.flux-zodiac.com at flux_chaos. Flux. The gift of power ceremonial orbs have been activated, and man has acquired ancient power not meant for the earthly realm. Those empowered have now been thrust into a cataclysmic chain of events leading to the destruction of Earth. It has been compromised, and otherworldly realms are aware of our planet's location. The 12 must traverse time, space, alien planets, new realities, and otherworldly realms to save all of creation. The Flux Continuum. www.flux-zodiac.com at flux_chaos. Flux. The gift of power ceremonial orbs have been activated, and man has acquired ancient power not meant for the earthly realm. Those empowered have now been thrust into a cataclysmic chain of events leading to the destruction of Earth. It has been compromised, and otherworldly realms are aware of our planet's location. The 12 must traverse time, space, alien planets, new realities, and otherworldly realms to save all of creation. The Flux Continuum. www.flux-zodiac.com at flux_chaos. Flux. The gift of power ceremonial orbs have been activated, and man has acquired ancient power not meant for the earthly realm. Those empowered have now been thrust into a cataclysmic chain of events leading to the destruction of Earth. It has been compromised, and otherworldly realms are aware of our planet's location. The 12 must traverse time, space, alien planets, new realities, and otherworldly realms to save all of creation. The Flux Continuum. www.flux-zodiac.com at flux_chaos. Flux.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. If everybody's up. Yep, we on today. All right, so yeah, we turn some lights on. Yeah, I just want to give a shout out to my man X for the dope beats that I got. Got a few more, y'all. I'm gonna start putting them in the lineup, all right? But I get my beats from fdgrecords.com. So here we go. How y'all doing today? Got a couple of notes to put out. So I'm thinking that maybe I'll just start putting these notes out. But I'm still thinking them through. Okay, so I'm thinking maybe May 17th. I think that's a weekend. I think that's a Saturday. I'll be back from picking my son up from college, and I want to do something big because we didn't get a chance to participate in the Urban Nerd Con. I was really geeked up about it. I wanted to play all of the book 1 on one day, book 2 another day, book 3 another day. So I'm thinking about doing maybe a 4 or 5 hour stream. Okay. And for everybody who doesn't know who I am, my name is W.O. White III, aka Flux, your host, facilitator, your guide through the Flux Continuum, creator, founder, all the stuff that goes with it. Currently writing a story about the Lords of Chaos versus the Lords of Order in a series called Flux. There should be a total of 12 books. I'm on number 5 right now. I've published 3. So you can get the first 3 books right now for $55. It'll be a bundle, everything autographed, the whole nine. Um, Book one is what we're currently going through right now. We have a lot of characters that we just got finished introducing. And it's all about the introduction, but at the same time, pushing the story so you guys can see how epic and where we're going with the story. So they're from humans all the way to the horsemen of apocalypse. Okay. So it's a lot of biblical connotation, but we follow the zodiac guardians. Now, that's who we follow doing in the book. Okay. And these are the zodiac guardians. It's probably too little for you guys to see. Give me a second. Hopefully it's a better pic, better image anyway. Nah, it's still not that good. I don't know how to blow that up. So anyway, these are the zodiac guardians, okay? I generally keep them in chronological order from Aquarius all the way to Capricorn. So it's like January to December, okay? And you can pretty much tell what your zodiac is from up here, okay? So I generally put that up there. I'm letting you know these are the guys we follow. It's a story that's inclusive, right? We don't have one main character. Now we do have a leader, but we don't have one main character. So each of the 12 zodiac guardians, 13 because of Gemini, stay with me, each one of those characters are allowed to shine in their own right when they doing whatever it is they're doing. Some of them have a few issues, some of them have attitude problems. My bad, y'all, because I know what's going on. Okay, and the only way to get you guys to come in on this is for you guys to go ahead and cop that FLUX Celestial Genesis, the first book. That's what we're going through right now. It's $20 on the Whatnots app. Okay. And today we'll be going over W.L. White III. I know that's my name in reality, but in the book, there's a guy. His name is W.L. White III, and he's a reporter. Okay. So when we reference W.L. White III, because I don't run around calling myself W.L. White III unless I'm doing something formal. Normally people just call me Flux because I'm the guy that write the Flux series. At least those people who know me. Family call me something else. That's irrelevant. But W.L. White the third in the story, okay, in the Flux Continuum, the Flux series, he's a reporter. And by virtue of him being a reporter, it'll come out eventually, but he's been chosen pretty much to receive special equipment to get a full understanding what's going on. So he has basically what he needs to be the documentarian of the Flux Continuum. So in the story, he's the documentarian of the Flux Continuum. So basically, there are these zodiac guardians, right? These defenders of the constellations start appearing on Earth, and the people of Earth not really trying to hear it. Not really. You feel what I mean? They're not really trying to hear that these heroes come from constellations and Aquarius, y'all. We're just gonna go through them. These heroes, and they're gonna be in order: January, February, March, April, May. They're just how I do things, okay? And you'll see your zodiac guardian. So humans are not really trying to hear that this is what maybe they, I guess they think it's a conspiracy of all the aliens or whatever. We got so much lore out there, and the humans are like, nah, man. You expect us to believe that you come from the constellation and you're here to protect us from whatever, right? So the humans are not really trying to hear it. And even though Intech, he was the first one to wake up. You'll see Intech momentarily. He was the first one to wake up, and he started talking to Earth, letting them know, hey, we got something big coming. Because it's only common sense for people to understand that if mysterious, if somebody here on our Earth in our reality, okay, ended up with some type of super abilities, that power, it nobody else has it. So we would have to understand that if that power came here, unless it was through divine intervention, that ability, it comes with some kickback, and that kickback would be whoever lost that power, they're coming to get it. So that's kind of how the story moves to you guys. It's depending on the different I guess the different zodiacs and the way you look at it. But that power, right? It's technically somebody's coming for it, right? There has to be a battle for that ability or for those abilities, right? So these are each one of the zodiacs. And like I said, y'all, I'm just slowly clicking through them until we get to the story of W.L. White the third. And what I'm gonna allow to happen for anybody who's brand new, what I normally do is I let the video play. All right, and we have a narrator. His name is Andrew Burgos, and Andrew Burgos narrated the story. Okay, so he'll give it to you in the formal voice because I don't have that voice, right? We got to know our shortcomings. My shortcomings is technically not to be all on the mic running all. I just don't. When I hear myself, I don't sound like delicious. Okay, but this guy, he has a nice voice, clear, concise. It's almost like it almost brings you in a little bit. So, he has a little flair with it. He does a little voice, something like that. But anyway, I've been showing the little sub chapter clips over the last 3 months. And in those 3 months, we've it's been about 3 months. We've done sub chapters all the way through, which brings us close to the end of the book. That's where we are right now. So as soon as I return, well, I guess I can go ahead and put it on. We did recently, though. I do need to go back and hit you guys with a recap. Every Thursday, I try to do a quick recap of some of the things that have transpired over the story, right? So today we're on W.O. White the third. Let me put the post up. There we go. Today we're on W.O. White the third. I'm going to give you a recap. Give me 2 seconds. Put my clip back on. I don't know. I'm loving this clip today for some reason. Okay. Here we go.
FLUX. The gift of power ceremonial orbs have been activated, and man has acquired ancient power not meant for the earthly realm. Those empowered have now been thrust into a cataclysmic chain of events leading to the destruction of Earth. It has been compromised, and otherworldly realms are aware of our planet's location. The 12 must traverse time, space, alien planets, new realities, and otherworldly realms to save all of creation. The Flux Continuum. www.flux-zodiac.com at flux_chaos.
All right, y'all, we back. Let me give you guys a quick recap, show you my face so you guys know I'm real. Let me turn this off. Bam. And I'm back. Here we go. So today we'll be talking about W.O. White III, and normally he's connected to somebody because his parts of the story are just quick, narrating to keep you moving from one scene to the next, right? Or from one individual to the next. But I'm going to go back a couple of days, and we're going to go back to page 94 for anybody who's following. Page 94, we were talking about Commander Trimble and how Commander Trimble, basically, you guys know what the Oort cloud is, and if you know what the Kuiper belt is, okay? So the Oort cloud, my understanding is it is the most distant influence of our star, souls, the sun. The sun's influence has dust, planets, all this stuff in it, but the Oort cloud is to my understanding, is the extended influence of our star. So that's everything that the star can hold on to, within its own gravitational influence. Okay, so in the Kuiper belt is basically the Kuiper belt. It's kind of the same, right? My understanding is kind of the same. It's got all the gravel and all of that stuff out there. Okay, I really don't know what's out in space. I dream about it all the time. But so anyway, Commander Trimble, who was a Bakrata, right? And we're getting the story moving, right? The Bakrata, Cancer people, the individual, the society is called Bakrata. They're the natives of Cancer. So each, and I guess I got to find a way to do this. Maybe I'll come up with a way I can do this, and then I'll put that on, and then I'll come in and start talking. And that way it brings anybody that's brand new up to speed on what's going on in this story. Okay, so there are 12 constellations that surround Earth. I call it the astro zodiac influence, right? That is what's always in the night sky, right? We see the same thing every year for I don't know how long. Even when they talk about what happened in biblical times, scientists, philosophers, whatever, were able to use the zodiac star, the constellation, to even navigate the planet. So I propose that the astro zodiac alignment, the circle, it protects us from external influence. So in the flux continuum, I have made it so that the zodiac, um, that is like the when we say the firmament. I don't know if you guys know. I mean, like I say, I do a lot of biblical connotations. So there's a supposed flat Earth, whatever. That's insane to me. But there's a firmament that protects us from everything. So I'm kind of looking at our defenses, the astro zodiac constellations, right? Those constellations defend our firmament. So on the opposite side, on this side, coming close to the planet, on this side where the star is, out here we have the astro zodiac alignments, all right, all the constellations all the way around the planet Earth and the stars and everything and our solar system and whatnot. Then on this side of the zodiac, we have a firmament. That's kind of how I look at it. And outside of our firmament is why we see the same thing, because that's what's out there for us to see. All right, so that's kind of how I look at it. And I just use the astro zodiac or each one of the constellation. Now, each constellation has multiple stars, and I guess the way they're named, Alpha, Beta, maybe C. I don't know. I know. So they're Greek. They're done in the Greek though. So the Alpha star of each one of the constellations in the flux continuum is an omniversal star. That means that star shines across all realities, all dimensions simultaneously. Okay, so alpha stars are omniversal stars. Basically, they have a little nexus light. So our stars are omniversal star, believe it or not. So that's why I'm getting off of it, but to get back on. But that's why our star kills vampires. Every star don't just kill vampires. Why vampires kill? Well, in the flux continuum, it's because our stars are omniversal star. If it was a regular star, they'll still be walking around. So, I just to give the story more background, you know what I mean? So anyway, Commander Trumbull is on his way. Okay. He's passing the Oort cloud and he's coming into our solar system. And he basically creeps up on the earth. Okay. And he hides, behind the moon. Because I mean, if you're a predator, that's what you do. You look for cover and then you pounce. So after that, we moved to Den Han. Remember, Den Han was the young guy from Ningbo, China, who was he was late for work. Basically, end up discovering a methamphetamine lab, and he ended up getting shot in the process. But anyway, he's back now. So what happened is he was hit with the orb pretty much the same time he got shot. So he was transported to the Aquarian dimension. Remember, each constellation is its own dimensional realm. So what has to happen is, even though it's 257,000 million light years away, when we get there, we have to resonate at the proper frequency, and then we can see the planet, and then we can interact with the people. That's kind of how I write the flux continuum. So Den Han is back now on our Earth, and what's happening is he's I guess he's waking up, and there are a lot of people running around, security, whatnot. Eventually, some of the enhanced human, I want to say Pulse and Phase, show up. They letting him know, hey, we need to save the planet, yada yada yada. All the stuff that happens. They do the greeting, the celestial greeting, gifts of power ceremony greeting, rather. Because all of these guys are the ones that Earth base. So the reason I started the book here on Earth, this is their origin stories, the first 3 books. Okay, these are the heroes from Earth. This is their origin story, the Zodiac Guardians from Earth. Then we have 3 Alpha Guardians that's out doing other stuff already. All right, so W.O. White, like I said, he pretty much narrates what's going on, like throughout the book, to keep you guys, on a constant. He talks about, Ember and how Ember is tearing up some stuff. And that brings us to like where we at right now, because Stratus was the last one to be introduced. So we have, I want to say, 2 more enhanced humans, and then we'll cover all 12 of the Zodiac Guardians. Okay, so right again, this is an introduction with each one of them doing what's going on, bringing you to speed. Some of them starting to run into each other. No, they not running into each other. They pretty much go and find each other because again, they're considered enhanced human. They know something dire is coming to Earth. Everybody just believes what's coming is let's say gravity, because you already introduced gravity. Okay, gravity is basically the antagonizer for books 1 and 2 and a little 3. Yeah, yeah. Well, books 1 through 3, he's the antagonizer for that part of the story. Okay, so this has brought us to W.L. White the third, and he's gonna brief you guys. Let me turn this music off. Okay, we're gonna turn that off, and I'm gonna put this clip on, let you guys see it, and then I'll be right back. Now, still got other stuff. You guys make sure you check out the store. I have all types of mini posters on there. I got them laminated so that it's not just a piece of paper. It's something that you can keep, and you have to put it away for a while, so it can I forgot that term that we do when we auction and stuff off. So I don't want to say age, right? So it can mature. And as I continue to push the flux, we look up. I'm 60 years old. Everything I have right now will be what's worth everything, right? This is when I first started. This is the merch everything that I sign. It'll get to a point where I won't even sign stuff anymore unless I'm doing the event or something. But what I wanted to bring to your attention is we got books 1 through 3. Yeah, I know everybody don't read anymore, but we still reading, and that's where we still gonna get all these new movies from and everything. You want to know what's going on? It starts here. I have a glossary in the back. I have a character bios in the back. To enhance the story for you. So you can get a feel of each character and see what they look like and what's going on. Also, I autograph each one of the books. So these two, they're $20 a piece, and this is $25. So you can get them all bundled though for $55. Now, I was talking about May 17th. We might drop the price to $15 because it might be like a flash sale, something where we're gonna get rid of everything, or we're gonna get rid of as much as we can. On that day, I'll probably auction off some of these comics I have because I got a few in archives. If I'm not doing that, then maybe we'll raffle some. So now the only way to get into the raffle, we're gonna attempt to do once a month. The raffle, y'all. If you purchase, you go in the raffle. I'll put a ticket stub in there for you. And then the day we do the raffle, you guys make sure you come back, and you don't have to be present to win. Whoever wins, wins. Okay. But anyway, on May 17th, I might do something different besides just sit here and talk to you guys. I might actually be in the kitchen, like seasoning up meat, barbecuing or something. Because I plan on being online for maybe 4 hours streaming. So you guys make sure y'all come back, and we're gonna talk about it more, y'all, as time go. I'm gonna do an official, maybe release an official clip or something that I can push and tell you everything that's going on, what we'll be doing. Okay, but let me put this clip on for you guys, and we'll be right back to talk about W.L. White the third.
W.L. White III, World Internet News, Portable IQ Matrix, Earth. A flaming enhanced human has torn a path of destruction through Roraima's criminal empire. A news feed has delivered some insight into why Ember wages devastation in South America. She has released a message to the underworld. Free my sister, or I will kill everyone involved with her disappearance. In the video, she has withdrawn the crystallized mask from her face. She claims her twin sister has been abducted by an oppressive criminal organization. They are known for dealing in sex trafficking circles. She has vowed her sister will be returned, or she will burn down South America's criminal underworld. Local sources fear if her sister is not returned, Ember will not aid Earth during the invasion. Local authorities have not demanded action or requested assistance with detaining Ember. All known criminal organizations residing in South America are requesting government protection from local authorities. Ember is previously believed to have wounded several innocent civilians and bystanders. These accusations have yet to be confirmed. The body count has risen to 68 confirmed kills in Ember's efforts to retrieve her sister. Many believe she is giving the victims justice by removing those that thrive under a criminal regime. Others feel that she is not the justice system, and all humans have a right to legal representation. The criminals extinguished by Ember can be directly connected to major criminal organizations and have extensive criminal records. Social media has exploded with support for the South American enhanced human Ember. Viral videos stream as citizens cheer her name in the streets. She has made it safe for locals to leave their homes again. Another enhanced human has surfaced at the UN. His name is Stratus, and he is here to help. Stratus has pledged his devotion to the UN and his efforts in saving our world. He is rumored to have surfaced at the elusive and controversial Area 51. He has chosen not to make a statement on Ember's war against crime. Impact armor is now being delivered globally by the Enhanced Human Pulse, #Pulse. Each country has designated coordinates to assist in maximizing distributions for its population. Each of the 195 countries are recognized and will receive impact armor for its citizens. Everyone is urged to follow instructions concerning activation of impact armor. Local media outlets are tasked with broadcasting through the IQ matrix. In the event Earth is invaded, impact armor and weaponry will be activated on a global scale. The world's leading scientists continue to marvel at notes published by Intech and Phase. The IQ matrix grants access to new technologies that have only been theorized by humans. Intech and Phase also work with countries worldwide on intergalactic fighting strategies. All government agencies, to include city, county, and state, are required to report for duty with initial activation of impact armor. All educational establishments will close, effective immediately. Education will be virtually streamed to students, monitored and distributed through the IQ Matrix. Smartphones and other portable devices can download a temporary IQ Matrix app until individuals receive a shipment of impact armor. The IQ Matrix app will provide an operating system, IQOS version 1.3, that can also link with individual impact armor's internal AI units and assist users with configurations and imports. Conspirators and libertarians claim the government has no evidence to verify claims of an invasion. Libertarians are losing credibility, and their outcries are being coined cattle talk. Some believe this is just the beginning of establishing a new world order.
Welcome back, y'all. All right. So you guys heard it. Basically, today, right, it's gonna be, I guess, kind of quick, but I'm gonna put something into it because I wrote it for a reason. I wanted you guys to understand, like, well, this isn't a comic book, okay? This is more of a graphic novel, right? A series of graphic novels. Maybe 10 years old. If you got a smart reader, or I would say an aware 10-year-old, we know when the kids, they have that learning curve, they're a little bit ahead of everybody else, then maybe, yeah, they can follow the book too, but generally about 13 years old. I was about 13 years old. We didn't have stuff like this to read, or we didn't have access to stuff like this. All right. This is back in 19, I was 13. When was I? I was born in 72, so 85. In 85, we didn't have this. We were still on the Dewey Decimal System at the library. Okay, that's what they was giving us, the Dewey Decimal System. And if you wanted to find something, you went over and you found a card and they had some numbers and stuff, and you had to go over to whatever shelf that those numbers related where it was hey, we didn't have internet, y'all. It wasn't like this. So the Dewey Decimal System. So we didn't have books like this, to build your imagination, your creativity, have you go elsewhere. So, nobody else did it. So I was like, hey, I'll do it. So here we go. Anyway, now, so we're getting on W.L. White the third today. Okay, the guy in the book. All right. Remember, he's still keeping everybody abreast of what's going on across the world when it comes to the enhanced humans and the effects the enhanced humans have on our world. Okay. So whether that's diplomatic with other alien life forms, whatever it is, this guy's going to be one talking about it. Okay. And the stuff he knows. So let's say hypothetically, y'all, if they go to another world, all he knows is what they come back with. You feel what I mean? He didn't go, so he doesn't report that. We don't play with all that. So anyway, W.O. White the third, he's on World Internet News. That's how I came up with win, right? Because I'm supposed to be winning when I'm writing this book. It's a portable IQ matrix. So I'm letting you know he don't have the actual IQ matrix right now. He has the portable. That means you got the one with the app. So I was thinking about what could we have in the United States or maybe in the world, right? You got a pair of glasses. I wish I had my shades in here. A pair of shades. You have your phone. I'm using it, right? Some people do the watch. So, right? So the glasses, it's called a 3VG. Let's see what 3VG is. I hope I got a definition for it. Oh. I got a definition for it. Okay. Three-dimensional video interface gear. See impact armor. Okay, you gotta go to the eyes. EGHI. Impact armor. It is a lightweight military-grade body armor specifically designed for civilian interface. So imagine you guys see the characters, right? Let me pull up who we talking about mostly today. All right, we're gonna pull up Ember. So you see her suit, right? It's lightweight, it's colorful, right? I don't know if the human civilians gonna get color and all that. Yes, they are, and they're gonna be color scheme according to how you work and stuff. But anyway, Ember is she has a lightweight armor, and I know Site Nanotech is on some other level, but for if you guys ever saw like maybe an MP or possibly maybe a police, right? I know they have the big bulky bulletproof vest on, but they have something called a last chance vest, and it's a smaller piece, a smaller armor, almost like a little mini vest that goes around them. And that right there, and it's supposed to have a mesh and basically stop all bullets and disperse the impact across the body armor instead of you just getting one hit in one specific spot. So that's kind of how I saw the impact armor. Okay. Um, it has a gene nutrient infusion capable of masking the human aura. So the gene nutrient infusion, it works in concert with the impact armor. So it's almost like it camouflages. And you guys are going to find out in book 2. You okay? What happens? I'm just giving you the definition. So here we go again. The 3VGs are used to access weaponry and IQ matrix resources through retinal verification. Basically, the glasses, you can use your eyes to navigate throughout the operating system. That's what I'm saying. In IQ matrix through retinal verification. Okay, so you guys are gonna learn because the impact armor comes with a weapon. So I didn't want to go to Star Trek because they wear clothing, they don't wear body armor. But imagine everybody who has impact armor in the world walks around with a weapon on their hip. Now, is the weapon on? No, it's not on. You can't even use it. But there is a warning, and that's why you have to go through and read everything. And you guys are gonna start figuring this out as we go and more. We talk about impact armor, and it has. I don't know if you guys know what white phosphorus is. It's just basically something that can burn underwater. It doesn't stop, so it continues to burn. So it to produce energy-based weaponry, we had to use something, basically matter propelled, but it turns into almost energy, right? White phosphorus, imagine white phosphorus pellets hitting you. They putting holes in you, pimping. They putting holes in you. I'm letting you know. So y'all got to think about it like that, okay? Anyway, 3VGs, and this is why we went to impact armor, is because it's used in concert with the impact armor. And you can activate, once the weapons are activated, they'll let you know when they're hot. You can go through the operating system with your eyes and then release your weapon, and you're able to charge it. You can turn it up. You don't have to go to the weapon and do all this. You can put it on save. You know what I mean? It's a lot of things you can do from the 3VGs. 3VGs also provide real-time upload streams with micro camera units. That means you have micro camera units in the glasses, right? Impact armor can be upgraded with AI military application. Basically, if you're somewhere and something's happening, you can see it, you can stream it out, And basically, I got this whole idea from the Hive Mind Exchange. Okay, I thought I put that out last week, but again, we are doing back recaps. Okay, so W.L. White, a flaming enhanced human. They talking about her, right? Remember, she's looking for a sister. She free my sister. I will kill her. I know we unalive now, but you guys gotta remember, I wrote this in 20. I started writing this in 2011. This is book one. Book one, 2011. There were certain things that maybe that are in the book that are not politically correct because of today's terminologies and whatnot. But I had already written the book, y'all, and I haven't sold enough to go back and reprint the book in politically correct 2024 era. So until I make a vast load of money where I can go back and have somebody scrub this to keep everything politically correct, hey y'all, it's what it is. So this is how we were talking in 2011, right? I just got back from war. I swear when I got back, that's how we were talking. So anyway, she's basically letting people know she's gonna unalive everybody. I think I even put a number in here: 68 confirmed unalives. So she's going through murking. Um, I will say this, and maybe it's because we don't, in all God's infinite wisdom, made sure none of us were, you know, superhuman or whatever, right? Because I can see if something happened to a family member, especially with my training and everything, and then I still got this youthful body. I think I'm gonna go and destroy some stuff, man. If you do something to my people, I mean, justice is justice, right? And we don't necessarily think we get is justice the way we supposed to. You know what I mean? It used to be an eye for an eye and all of that, but now it's all about, how much money you can put into it. So real justice, though, if you got the power, she's going to enforce true justice. Okay. Um, Everybody that's involved from the biometrics facility all the way out to Rama, all known criminal organization residing in South. Oh, so she's murking them, y'all. It's getting to a point where I don't want to say the little guys because she knows who to go to. She's not killing like drug dealers. She's only killing those that are into trafficking, human trafficking. Okay, she's only after those guys because those guys know what the true predators are. So those are people she's murking. She's not murking like a cat burglar or something. She's murking the people, our denizens of society, the worst, the scum, right? The ones who would kidnap and then dislocate us from our families. You know what it is, right? Basically put us into somewhere we've come so far from. And now I'm at your leisure and I have to do everything you say when you say, and I can't buck. So I have no person anymore. I'm your person now. I do what you tell me to do. So we're not really trying to go through that. I just wanted to hit on some things, y'all. And y'all gonna see stuff like this throughout the Flux Continuum because I think it's important to speak on it. But for justice, she's murking, okay? She's murking for justice, all right? Okay, so it has gotten to a point. Um, the criminals, they go into the government. Imagine, right now. I mean, the only thing I can associate with this, and again, I mean, I hate that it's Chi-Town. It's Chi-Town. I hate what we always hear. I don't know how it is. I can't say I've been there in my adult life because, to my knowledge, I haven't. Oh, I have. I went to see my daughter graduate. Yeah. So we landed in Chicago, but I mean, I didn't stay there, right? I don't know about the sides of this town and that town. I know my family from up there, but I don't know. And what I hear is repulsive. I mean, it's just to me it's almost insane the stuff that happens there. So what if you had a hero show up? They just not having it. You kill somebody, they kill you. Every time you shoot, you take your own life because they come and they shoot you. I mean, you're obliterated. I mean, especially somebody with powers like Ember, right? She hit you, you just gonna turn into a ball of melting organic mass, burning, smelling, stinking, and all that. So, nah, but imagine that. So, this is the only place I could think of remotely is the stuff that kind of happened in Chicago because I believe, like, we could do better, but for some reason, since I was a child, it hasn't happened. Yeah. Okay. So anyway, she moves around. She takes. So now we actually have a place. I mean, uh, uh she basically shows people her face. So when she takes off her mask, and they don't take off the mask, y'all. It's called quantum quartz. It just basically like almost like water. It just drips away. It drips back into the suit, and whenever she needs it, like imagine being displaced, you teleport it out into the middle of space, then the Q quartz would just immediately cover her head and face to protect her from the rigors and the vacuums of space. So because she's still human underneath after all, right? So she took off that, she let that leak away, the Q quartz, took off the mask, let the people see her and said, my twin sister. That means the person that looks like me that's in front of you right now. So she basically got them to go ahead and people started, I guess, hearing her story. Y'all know how the way today things are, right? You could be talking about something and you just maybe strike certain people a certain way, and it can go viral. So it's kind of like that. And then people heard her story, they heard her plight. Um, they actually were able to verify that all of the bodies that were killed, again, we can use cameras and all of this stuff to tell, right? Everybody she killed had an extensive criminal record. Like, basically, I'm telling you, she just wasn't killing, just regular criminals. Like, what's a regular criminal? Like a scammer or something. I guess maybe white collar, unless you get big and you start taking millions of dollars from people's pensions. But you doing little white collar crimes, you ain't really hurting nobody. She's not after you. She's not. She's after those people who deal in trafficking. Okay. He was servicing to you. Okay, so then we leave Ember, right? Well, one last thing. The reason the people cheering so hard for her is because in South America is totally different from America. I mean, I wouldn't even know how to explain it. I've been to Panama. You feel what I'm saying? But I can't really explain that. It's different. I won't say it's rural because I mean they got cities and all of that. Just I'm not gonna say they behind, but it was so long ago when I went, y'all. I was like in 90 something. So that was too long ago to try to talk about now. But what I saw, I'm gonna say people stayed on top of each other, but there was a lot of I think it was more people cared about each other a little bit more back then or something. But at that time it was different than what's happening here. So my understanding, there's like the cartels everywhere. There's I want to say gangs because I mean I think it's bigger than gangs, right? But they control entire neighborhoods or communities, probably whole cities, and there's a way you have to move, and you might still get caught up in it. You can get what they call it, drive-bys, all types of things can happen. But the South American people, the society that lives there, they clapping. They said she had made it safe to come back outside. So that means basically children don't play the way our children play. They don't get to go into parks and enjoy themselves, just play wherever you play. And then you can get shot because you're not paying attention or something. So, I mean, I know it's rough down there. I think these people love each other in the whole now. I just think that it's a different world than we used to living in. Okay. So anyway, Ember basically, made it safe for people to come back out again. Um, Post Stratus, we're moving to Stratus, y'all. Stratus, remember, I just got through talking about Dan Hun waking up in Area 51, which again, they recited that here. But remember, he woke up in Area 51. And basically that tri tri element it's a flumium. But humans didn't know what a flumium was until Stratus got here. They didn't get a chance to they call it a tri multi-state element or something like that. Anyway, so moving forward, so he was rumored to be certain, and then he did. He resurfaced back in Area 51, and then they jump again. It was just, hey, he's basically going to help Earth. Remember, Ember is the only one that hasn't come forward and said, "Hey, I got y'all back." But the few times that maybe a reporter did throw a mic in her face, it was all about free my sister. It's coffee, y'all. This coffee, I want to say caramel vanilla. Ah, it's delicious. And I'm not talking about the cream. I'm talking about the actual beans. We go to Sam's, get it all grounded up and everything. That's how we do it. All right. So what we're doing now is we're going to how impact armor moves from place to place. So let's go to Pulse, because this is who we're talking about, who can do this. Pulse is able to move massive amounts of equipment at one time. So hypothetically, Pulse could probably extend his field about the size of a football stadium. And that's what him trying to, though. I mean, it's not like the extent of his power. I'm sure if he pushed it, because remember, these guys are what we would normally consider cosmic. Okay, they have a lot of power, just like Silver Surfer and all those guys. But they're a defender of a constellation, so they do need a certain amount of abilities. But that's what he can do. He can move maybe an entire stadium of equipment. So that's how much mass he can move at one time. So again, I said each of the 195 countries are recognized and will receive impact armor for its citizens. So he has to do this at least 200 times. Let's say 200 times. He move a stadium worth of equipment, drop that off to that country, and each one of the countries distribute it according to how big the country is. That's what it's more about. Is how big the country is, not because everybody ain't the size of the United States. Some countries are the size of states. So that's what Pulse is going to do. He's going to be doing all of that. So, I guess maybe I kill me with this. I guess right. Local media outlets are tasked with broadcasting through the IQ matrix. You get a cleaner signal. I just think the IQ matrix is exactly what it is. IQ, information query. It's a matrix. What it does, it compiles everything that's known. And remember, it's AI driven. Again, I wrote this in 2011. I know it seems like, it's a whole bunch of stuff happening right this second that I'm talking about. But I wrote this a long time ago, 2011, y'all. And basically, it's a cleaner signal. It doesn't degrade like other signals. Like I can't call from here and talk to somebody in New York without cell towers or without a signal bouncing off one of these satellites. I couldn't do that, right? We need all these repeaters, basically towers or repeaters, right, to push the signal. All this happens at in the speed of light, y'all. But what if you had something that moved on a different frequency, like a quantum frequency, if you will? What if it used all the cells in the air and all the cells? Because it says we all are one, right? So all of us are one and we all connected. So it just uses that and it sends a signal and it's cleaner. IQ matrix, y'all. So remember, Intech is giving out so much. We jump into Intech now. Intech and Phase. Basically, they're smarter than they were. So everything that we was proposed or it was considered ideology, like basically it's something that we have in theory, but we haven't been able to physically manifest it or create it because remember, it's only in theory. Well, Intech is giving scientists, he's connecting the dots for them. Copper, gold, all of these you guys have seen not the zodiac chart, the elemental chart. So the elemental chart has stuff that we don't even know about on it. Well, we do because I used to know them especially when I was in 10th grade. I used to know all of them. But anyway, iron, Fe, all of these little symbols and codes. But the point is there's some elements that are on there that we have here on Earth that they don't have on other planets. And there are elements on other planets that we don't have here. Yeah. So I'm just saying, okay? Anyway, they connecting those dots for the scientists. And remember, the IQ matrix is by like you had to take a test to get on. So technically, if you like a Cisco router person, and then there's a network person, then there's a bio person. Let's say you're a bioengineer or something. You know, I would say all you guys have a certain access, and you can have information given to you because you already went to school. But basically, what I'm saying is, if you're a kid in high school, you don't have the same access as someone that's a bioengineer. It just don't make sense, right? All right. So anyway, just phase and intake basically connected the dots for most of the scientists, gave them strategies to the military so that these guys will learn how to deal with alien warfare, because we only know human warfare. That means we know human nature, but we don't know other entities. We don't know that. So Yep. Okay, so last but not least, we get to the education. All educational establishments will close effective immediately. Now, what's crazy about this is I wrote this in 2011, but now we have COVID-19 to happen, right? So this is right up the way I was talking. The only thing about that is it's the teachers can teach, but it's more AI driven. So when you connect, and this kind of how I see it, okay? Because I didn't like the way COVID-19 happened and how the kids were learning. But I understand that, that was something that had to be implemented immediately. And though it might have been theorized, it had never been implemented. So it's not like we all had experience. The world didn't have experience with it. So I didn't like the way it went. And the killing part is I had already wrote this, but I wrote it more like the theory behind the kids not going to school was, I'm gonna say this, okay? Because again, I'm a God fearing man. I believe like kids should get that. They should learn from home first, before you go out into the world. But now I'm not saying. I am saying, I guess, all children don't get that initial. We don't want to call it love. We want to call it guidance. So, you go to school, you see this kid, and you go, why this kid acting like that? That immediately means that they might be missing that. And we just talking about regular people, okay? We're not talking about if somebody has a mental illness and all. We just talking about regular people, right? Maybe somebody's shy because, it wasn't brought out of them. So to kill all of that, you learn from home. But the AI, it's interactive. If you're not watching the screen, if you're not doing the AI, remember, the IQ matrix is different from what we have now. Um, Everybody who makes apps and stuff, they have to ask for permission to use certain things, like permission to use your camera, permission to use your no. IQ matrix is happening right then. And if you got impact on my own, it's even worse. So everybody has to attend the class, and you're actively engaged with the AI. Even though the teacher is teaching the class, you're actively engaged. The AI is like, you turning the computer off, you failed. I think we need to get back to that though. I hate this pass all kids. I hate that. I hate that. It to me it dumbs our world down. We only have selected people getting majority of the information or the knowledge, the intelligence are getting being pushed. The people who, for whatever reason, they need um, more stimulation, mental stimulation, whatever they need. I think it's a problem to pass a kid who hasn't proven that they can go to the next level. Once you get out into the world, nobody gives you anything. So to me, it's a false thing to give a kid like, hey, it can still happen. No, once you leave home, it pretty much don't happen no more. You have to actually make yourself relevant, and that's for everybody, right? So anyway, yeah, we actually got into a whole bunch of the apps, and then again, y'all, I was an IT guy. Okay, so it's when I wrote like app will provide an operation system IQOS V1.3. It just remember I wrote this in 2011. Y'all got to stay with me. This was like I had just got out the military. I just found out I had cancer, but I was still like programmed from leaving the war. All of the information it was stuck there. Like It just didn't look right not to put version 1.3. Okay, it just didn't look right. It didn't feel right. Also, also link individual conspirators. Okay, so we get down to the conspirators and libertarians, claiming the government has no evidence. That's true. And I know people need to see it, but I mean, if a guy falls out the sky on a satellite, I think that pretty much says something's different. And then other people who were supposed to have disappeared in the flash of light, something's happening. Then you got a guy that's dropping all this stuff off in every country. And of course, nowadays we have phones, everybody's filming everything. So you have to start believing, when this is happening around the world, there's no way to fake everything. So anyway, it's just something I believe. But they basically, the conspirators, they pretty much want some type of evidence, and it's coming. It's coming. Yeah. I call myself being kind of funny. Libertarians are losing credibility, and their outcries are being coined cattle talk. I just think we always talking about this. I don't know. I want to call it. We don't have a sense of urgency. If things start happening around us, there should be a sense of urgency. What's changing? Why is it changing? And who implemented the change? I just think that's how we should be. Why is everything changing? Oh, it's a better way to do it. Got you. But if it's not, then I'm like, what's wrong? What's wrong? Why is this happening? Okay, so y'all, that believe it or not, it said some believe this is just the beginning of establishing a new world order, and it kind of is, but that's only in the flux continuum because now we'll be interacting with alien species and stuff from now on. I mean, again, remember y'all, 12 books. We on book. We published 3 books now. I'm on book 5. I'm actually, man, I'm so geeked up, man. Wow, I almost didn't come in today to do this, y'all. I'm writing about the Lords of Chaos versus the Lords of Order. Like, it's happening in the book right now while I'm writing it. It's a flashback, but it's happening. And I'm giving it some extensive, pages. So I mean, it could end up being like maybe 7 or 8 pages. It's gonna give you a good feel of what was going on. So when you watch a movie and they talk, when you saw the Justice League, they just didn't to me give you enough. Okay. When you saw the Justice League and they in the movie and they did that flashback to Darkseid, where Darkseid at first looked for the anti-life equation or what, kind of like that. But it'll be more in depth, right? Again, this isn't a comic book. This ain't a quick movie. So in the books, I give way more information than I probably should. I have a lot of people tell me, hey, but I got so much. I got so much. All the books will be like this. They'll be crammed with all this, I call it data, all this stuff. All right. Okay, are things not what they seem? So this is chapter 5 coming. This is what I'll be starting on tomorrow, chapter 5. Pulse and intake. So pulse and intake are probably getting ready to do something tomorrow. Couple pages, okay. And then, yep. Then we'll do Eloise Rothstein. So yeah, and then we got a couple more people waking up. Okay. Pulse and intake tomorrow, y'all. 103, page 103 to 107. So we got this one might be a little extensive, y'all. Yeah, this might be like a 6-minute one right here. I mean, like when let the video play like 6 minutes. Yeah, and we're definitely getting more into the influence of these enhanced humans on planet Earth. Right. You guys have to remember these guys showed up, start talking about I'm a defender of a constellation. Every time I hear this, sound crazy to me. A defender shows up here telling me they from Pisces, and they're the dimensional guardian for those who were born under the influence of the Piscean. What do you mean? So nobody's really trying to hear that, but this is the effect that the enhanced humans are having on Earth. Okay, because the more they wake up, the more I guess humans are starting to like, hey man, something's going on. But I say I would have did it when the first one popped up because he showed up at the UN. That means that the media had it. The media. So everybody across the world pretty much had access at it because it came from the UN. You can't hide that. There's too many and pretty much the guy. Remember, the guy. Remember the What was I saying? Evans called me. It's one of my partners, y'all. You know, he helps me out with this flux stuff. Um, I forgot what I was saying. I lost train of thought. But okay. I don't want to hold you guys. I don't like to hold people. I like to tell you what's going on. Make sure you got a feel for it. You got any questions? I didn't even ask any questions. Should have asked. I should have said what's up to my people out there. Hey, everybody. I should have did that. Anyway, I don't. Yeah, I don't really want to hold you guys. I want you guys to know that we selling merch. It's what we do. All this stuff you see behind me, those posters and stuff, that's Flux stuff. I collected these books right here. These comic books right here from Sin City Comics. Saw them at one of the Comic Cons. Had those guys sign one for me. And I got that Entropy and Extropy from I can't believe his name just escaped me. The Killing Part. I watch his show sometimes too. But anyway, y'all. Oh, also I've been talking to a few independent creators. I'm gonna call them independent creators. So what we're thinking about doing is putting some type of podcast together, you know, maybe once a month, and you know, we'll give our thoughts, our commentary on certain movies, comics, whatever, something sci-fi that, you know, being put out, but it'll come from the indie perspective, not the media. So it'll be us talking about. I think we all have our own shows. We do our own thing, but it's also a way to network because technically that's what it's about: opening doors, networking. We don't never know who see enough of us doing the right thing, and say, hey, let's go ahead and let's get this together. And then there we go. We got a franchise then all of a sudden, right? All right, y'all. Again, like I said, y'all, that's pretty much it. I guess I should have went on and did it. That'll have me here to like 10:30 though. I mean 11:30, 12 o'clock. But yeah, we're gonna get to Pulse and Intech tomorrow. Make sure y'all go and check out the store if you're on Whatnot. If you're on any other platform, y'all, hey, look me up, hit me up. We can do links. You can hit me on my website. You can order directly from me, or you can download Whatnot and look up Flux 2023. That's the name, Flux 2023. I actually take these clips and I share them out to all the social media platforms, even LinkedIn. What's up, y'all? It's about you guys there because everybody who does what I need, animators, comic people, you know, you guys who have the resources, hey, let's do something. Look me up. Holla at me. All right. That's it, y'all. I guess I'm saying good night. Y'all have a good one. Peace.